walk that I'm blessed. See the love of God in my flex, I'm so blessed. 20K just on my chain, say less. I text every day to get dressed, so blessed. Been through the storm and the rain, still blessed. Had a couple heartaches and pain, still blessed. Handle the pressure from fame, still blessed. Just God called my name, so blessed.
Yes, sir, I'm blessed, don't play boy, cause I got it mad. Tailor made just for this fit, I'm gon' cut the slack. I'm the man, good hearted shorty with me acting bad. Shout out to mans that done tightened up since they became a dad. Shout out to me, being
Welcome back to another episode of the Cobain Report. I am Rock Cobain, this is
Tramell.
This is
Caesar.
And you know the vibes.
Rolling.
Today, we have one of the greatest thinkers, one of the most freest thinkers, one of the kids in the hallway, as they would say back in my day. One of the people, he's a producer, musician, artist. No, a real artist. Like, he uses his hand for artistry. Guitarist, drummer, like just all around musician. Just y'all gonna see after this. You know, I know this intro is a little bit long, but it's worth it. You know, we have Saint Von, world peace in the building, and I said world peace in the building.
Yes.
What's up, my boy?
For sure,
It's been a long time coming. Hope Dillon. Yeah, peace, brother. What's up, man? Talk to me. What's been up with you, bro?
Man, life, man. Life.
Yeah, a lot of life.
A lot of life, man. Just navigating life, learning life, growing, evolving.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Evolving into my full man state.
Yeah. That's what you've been working on, huh?
Yeah.
No, you've been on. I've been watching your path. You know, for the past, I would even go as far to say 10 years. I would stretch it a little bit further than the 5 mark. I think 5, you was just kind of like getting in your groove. You know what I mean? Watching the evolution of you from where I know you from. You know, we're church kids. We kind of grew up in the same organization. Mm-hmm. Both our fathers were in a organization. I guess whatever, right? Full gospel is fun, whatever. We grew up kind of like, you know, on parallel paths when it comes to like even the father being in the house and preaching and the whole thing, just the whole thing. So watching you as a kid growing up, watched your evolution in music, right? And I was like, he gonna be different. Like this boy out here playing Jimi Hendrix and all this. And we was only like 14, 15, 16 back then, bro. Talk to me about just your mind, bro. What makes you, or what has brought you to where you are now from starting being a traditional Christian like we were?
I say school, man. I went to Spain and just really dove into marching band and
shout out to Spain marching band.
That number one.
Oh man, the Broadway parade.
Yeah.
Shout out to you. What do I? Come on, man, Spain.
We real Detroiters.
Them boys used to whoop ass all the time.
Nah. So I'm from that lineage of musicianship in Detroit. So, and it's really an honor when I learned all the history that came through there. So just that, man, that made me a student of just music. Yeah. Like all around, and then being able to hear what my people was doing in church and stuff. Yeah. But every day at band practice, on just a whole different world, grew me into just a different mind.
What was your first instrument?
Trumpet.
Trumpet? I ain't even tell y'all trumpet. I named everything but trumpet.
Right. Yeah, no, trumpet was I was so serious about that in high school. Like I had a full ride scholarship, so all the HBCUs was super serious about that. And then once I understood what was gonna really happen with that, I'm like, and I had the opportunity to, I was playing guitar in Rock Nation.
Yeah, we gonna go there. We gonna definitely get into all of that.
Same time, like high school when I'm graduating, I got the opportunity to like go with the homies on the road or go to college. I'm like, man, let me just see what this is. I was learning so much. Shout out to Von Cash, you know what I'm saying? That's really that in school was just what brought me to who I am. No,
since you brought it up, I two things stand out to me when it comes to you, bro. One is you was always the wild kid with the guitar. Like I remember the first time I think I can pinpoint the first time I saw you or remember seeing you when we were like older teens to where it like mattered, right? Where you can remember, not like forced or whatever. We were at 7 Days of Glory and the Murphys opened up for my dad for 7 Days of Glory. And it was this like round shaped church. And bro, the place felt like we were at a real like before Chandler and before like all of that Hill song,
Shout
like
out to Vaughn, man.
like the energy that was in that building, I don't think I can ever forget, bro.
Shout out to Vaughn.
You know what I'm saying? And that was when I knew. I mean, Doug, y'all had a squad.
For sure, Doug, man. And Mike Joe.
But have you noticed that everybody that came from that cloth are now free thinkers?
Yeah, man. Literally.
Everybody that was a part are now like forward and just open free thinkers. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is.
OZ.
Yes.
Eric James.
Yes. Because I think that everybody in that time, we were all looking for something different anyway.
Yeah, man.
We just were trying to stay.
And I really think to be honest, bro, the word that was being taught in that space, we was really learning some real just and how to navigate through life, spiritual teachings that just was supreme, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure.
Which would make us be able to look into the world and see where we're supposed to be at. Where we supposed to really have dominion, and that's the only space we were just looking at. How are we supposed to have dominion on earth? Not nothing religious, just purely. That's what the teaching was in that time. I feel like.
I think it was like, and you could probably speak to this because you were in that moment. You were there too, bro. When that whole Rock Nation and like that movement, right? So in this time bubble, we talking about Rock Nation, Freestyle Nation. Before there ever was a PJ Morton band or anything like that. It was Freestyle Nation, right? We talking about that whole bubble, that sound, that like where we knew or we were taught what they wanted us to learn when it comes to religion and Christianity. But we were also at the point where they were allowing us freedom in dress, freedom in expression. Yeah. Because I remember the first time that I went to church with Chuck Taylor's on and the suit and all that, everybody was like, okay, he been hanging with the Murphy kids. he been on the Rock Nation, he been hanging with the Murphy kids, you know what I mean? But we was all in that moment looking for.
And see, I was so younger than that. And so when I seen that, that's all I was just on from the gate. It just wasn't. And my parents wasn't, my mom cool. You know, she just never was on dressing up. So it was like, it was just
beat us.
It was
man.
They used to bash us with the
man, you better have a suit and the tie. I remember they used to be like, if you ain't coming there with a tie on, they had the little clip on for you. Like, wear this. It could be purple when you got on all blue. It didn't matter. You had to have that shit on because it was almost like a forced. What's that shit? A forced dress code, and it's like, why we gotta put this on and just to come here and sweat it out, and y'all tear y'all clothes up, and these people knock their heads off.
Bro, my mom was so bad. She used to carry the extra clip. That shit, the clip tie.
The extra clip is funnier.
In the purse, the extra clip on in the purse.
Like, oh, you ain't
like
here.
The extra pants, because just in case I don't make it to 6 o'clock service without some stains. Like, it was tough growing up as a church kid, bro.
Just in case.
CCF. I went to CCF too. We was in G5C stepping, so we really was on some radical from the whole beginning. It never was like, it never was nothing churchy. Like, from the beginning, bro. Shout out to CCF, D-Rock.
Shout out to CCF for sure. Yeah. That was the good old days. T-Mail, go ahead. I know you got some good stuff. This the real journalist of the show.
So was gonna get into, like, as y'all are talking about church, like, as far as I think R&B music, you know, almost like derives from like church music in a way, right? They like probably like cousins or something.
All music come from church.
Right. But like R&B real close to it, you know. And just like with the church, and I think how it's kind of like slowly, for lack of words, like dying off. Like I think that also R&B is like, with you being in music and playing musician or playing like instruments like you do, how do you feel like about the state of R&B? Because I think that's where a lot of musicians really come from too.
Yeah, I think R&B isn't actually a good space, man. It just has evolved to a more round sound, to where it was the beginning. I feel like we always watching a baby grow up. So it's like when it was 5 and 6, it was doing whatever it was doing then. And by the time it's 10 and 13, it's doing what it's doing then. So I just feel that about it. And like where it's at right now, is where we got her fire. It's so many. I didn't even know the name.
Crazy fire.
But her is a great representation of the evolution of R&B.
Yeah, for sure. But then you got niggas like Vito, who's standing on business with traditional R&B. Like,
I got you.
Like, nah, but don't forget. You know what I'm saying? Like the Tank. You know what I'm saying? The BJs, the certain niggas is
BJ.
Hey, bro.
Niggas is standing
I
on
feel
traditional
like
business.
Hey, listen. This is why R&B will always live. And we was talking about this earlier. You put it in different words than what I expressed, but you the same way. But R&B will always live because listen to church music now. It sound like R&B music. They just now putting God in it or the Lord or He loves me in it. R&B always gonna live, bro, because it was birthed from the church. It was birthed from them spiritual songs, like
Bro, that's the
you know what I'm
truth.
saying. So it's
true.
always gonna be a lane for R&B, bro.
I'm gonna take it a step further, right? I've been on this real reggae kick, you know what I'm saying, since I watched the One Love thing, right? My dad was like, you probably should watch that. And that, shout out to Bishop, that nigga don't never suggest no movies. What? Movies? That he ain't got no time for that. That nigga busy. So when he said that, I was like, all right, I'm gonna check it out. Just so happened I had Paramount. Shout out to Paramount. And it was free. Wasn't paying the 19 bones. So I watched it, bro, and I watched how really deep and spiritual his connection with God was, right? To where, of course, right? While you going, you hear the soundtrack and they playing the music, and you hearing a lot of him talk about Jah, and a lot of him talk just about God. So my son was like, I was playing a song in the car. He was like, I don't want to hear that version. Play the new version. I'm like, what new version? So he put on YG Marley. And it's called Praise Jah in the Moonlight, right? So me, as an R&B singer and writer, I'm singing these lyrics, but instead, when he's saying, we could praise Jah in the moonlight, right? And I'm like, we can make love in the moonlight. And I'm like, oh, I see what they doing. He's making a traditional love song, but he's taking those lyrics and he's just putting, we can praise Jah. Same energy. He talking about, I ain't seen you in a long time, babe. I wish you call my phone. I hope when I get home, everything is good. The same traditional style. And this song is crossing over because he said one line about God, bro.
What's the difference in between gospel and secular?
Who they talking to, right? Or about?
Words.
Yeah.
You just gotta pull some words out to make it an R&B song, or put some words in to make it a gospel song.
They made a career. BB and CC Winans made a career of being right there where you could play. Look, Addictive Love was played on 92.3.
All the weddings had Addictive Love playing every time they got married to dance.
It's certain gospel.
Come on,
records.
man. Like
For me, I'm a little on the fence when it comes to like where
of course, your
R&B
traditional
is, you know,
church
and
is.
I like Brent Faiyaz, Bryson Tiller, you know, and some of the other cats, right? And I think that they can get into that pocket, but like you got to think like right now, you go to a club or wherever you go, right? In the setting, if it's an R&B song, the top R&B song, one of them right now is like Bryson Tiller, you know, What You Want or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. You go somewhere and you trying to, you know, get into a certain vibe or whatever, like you can't even be still for real. You know what I mean?
But that's based on you know, records that's on albums and how your album is versus what the DJs choose to play outside. It's night and day. They not gonna reflect what the artist is actually doing. They want to keep up with the tempo and
it's just the rotation. As a DJ, they don't really. It's whatever fit in that mode. And I done had some homies that I was like, nigga, I just dropped this song and you don't support me. He like, G. Listen to what you dropped. You think that's gonna fit in with Team Eastside?
Exactly.
And I had to really take it on the chin because that's the homie, you know what I'm saying? Pause. No Diddy. That's one for the episode. But damn. Anyway, so I had to kind of like, you know what I mean? Damn, you can't even say eat that one. There's a lot of gay shit that you can probably put right there in context.
Let Diddy fly over, man.
So I had to accept my friend's decision not to play my record.
No, I hear you.
Based on, you know what I mean? Because it's like that, bro. Like you said, the DJs is looking for what the DJs is looking for. I'm gonna circle back for a second, bro. We talked about the transition of you getting from just musician, trumpet, into Rock Nation. Take me on a journey from Rock Nation to the change in your spirituality.
Man,
take me on that journey with you.
That's just real life right there. So like Rock Nation was still part of my end of my childhood, 18. So it really started at 16 to let's say 23, 24.
I remember you had a band after that too.
Right. Yeah. Then inside of that, I'm learning just really how to really make music, how to write music, how to produce songs. I'm learning all of this hands-on. So I'm like applying that in my own life, you know, with my own homies, we doing our own thing. But Yeah, man. Let's say like around 2014, my bro passed. My main one that he was the drummer that grew up with me, learned everything together. Rick, yeah, all right. Shout out to RJB, man. But he passed in 2014, and then Von passed in 15.
I ain't want to go there yet, but go ahead.
That was my.
No, that's your thing, though. I'm with you.
What, like,
you know we can talk about that
that's
for an
how
hour.
I got. That's really like I had a chance to just really like understand life for myself and really know God, and not based on what people was telling me. You know,
Talk about it, bro.
That's everything. It's like God is real, but if we keep going off of what people telling you, you gonna hit a wall. You know, and I had hit my wall with that, and I just was able to really then start my walk with God, man. Yeah,
Individual walk with
like really
explain
just
that
him,
part.
You know what I mean?
Explain it, because I think we all have been there. We all church kids, right? Me and this one, we can argue for hours about religion and Christianity. Literally grew up, same grandparents, same house, went to the same church, everything, but we see things totally different.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Right,
Totally
You an
different.
individual.
Right.
Because
right.
he hit his wall at some point. And I think for me, my wall was it's gonna be corny as shit, but it's real. How can I treat something that I never see so good and with so much love and compassion and respect, but I not treat the people that I see and can touch without that same love and compassion?
Yeah.
That for me was my wall. Cause I was like, damn, I get all this respect and praise to God that I've never seen, heard, or smelt or anything, and I dog niggas every day that I see, I love, and that I'm like, maybe I ain't doing this God thing right. Cause I ain't never saw it before. I feel it. That one thing they can't take from me. I get that. I know the feeling for sure. Cause
They call it a quickening.
a quickening to shot.
Quickening.
I shot shit in the
Awakening. Yeah.
you get all of that all up and through it. So I feel it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But how can I treat that with so much reverence? And this man that's in the image and likeness of God, just like me, I treat like crap, right? So for me, I think that was my wall. And it was like,
That's a good one.
and it was just like, all right, maybe I need to reevaluate what this really is. And when COVID hit, I really got challenged on my spirituality because I was so afraid to forsake the assembly because that's what I learned. And I was so scared that okay, I don't care. I just can't miss church. I don't give a fuck if I can't miss church. I can go to jail on Saturday, but I gotta be out by church. Like, because, you know what I mean? Like, nigga, church, that's what it gotta be. Like, until we couldn't go to church. And I had to really, like,
See where your church was at inside.
see what was really going on.
See what the
because
temple was
Beautiful time
about.
for the church.
That's when the temple. That's when God was able to see where the real temple was at, bro. Like whatever God you serve, like He was able to see where your temple was and how empty and how full it was,
How much faith
and
you
what
had.
you needed. That's being empty and full.
you ain't Kevin.
So like, and you know, my journey started right before that. Like, and it was so crazy how it all like played together. That shit was a life, like, and it was like, whoa, okay. Now let me start looking at this shit different. Let me look at these people different, like, cause everybody around you ain't supposed to be around you. Like, you just supposed to go around them, like, and keep going, like. Yeah, bro. Like I got all of that during COVID, bro. Like COVID switched my whole brain, like, and it made me a total individual. Cause now niggas be like, bro, you straight, I be
bro.
like,
I'm talking about to the point where I be like, you can't even test my thoughts on. Like, I used to really be at a point where a person could shake me, like with them zealots and them Bible bashers and stuff. Like, if I get in the room with them and I wasn't strong enough on my Ephesians or strong enough on my Revelation, I'd be like, damn, he just hold me with the Bible. But now you can't shake me, bro, because that was nowhere around during COVID. Yeah, it was there, but that wasn't around. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't nobody preaching it or shooting it down at you.
I ain't learned the word for real. You know what I mean? Like being an MD too this whole time and be like hearing word every Sunday, right? From just different all types of people, right? So I really learned the word. That's not nothing to use. You can't even use it. You know what I'm saying?
They use it, but they
try to use it when they think you don't know it.
Yeah.
But if you know it, you can't even really speak that, bro. 'Cause now you just really got to be the spirit that you are. You're not quoting nothing, but who you really are as a spirit.
Yeah, because you ain't just regurgitating what you learned. I've heard some of these scriptures over the year from being a drummer sitting on the drums, right? That you can regurgitate that shit. You know what I'm saying? Gotta be with all the cliche quotes and stuff, but at the same time, like, bro, when, as I always say, right, when the lights are off and the cameras are gone, and you sitting there by yourself, and you got to try to party through that pain, or party through what you're going through, or pray through whatever it is, or pray through that whatever you're going through. It ain't no, I'm about to run the bishop and see if I can get 6 weeks of therapy before. Like, no, nigga. Ain't no going to church. Yeah. The church is locked. The grass is growing, and it's a for sale sign. Yeah. Where you really at with this thing?
So look, boom. Let me not to
no, go no, because we was circling around to go. You know the vibes.
Go ahead. Where y'all at? So look, how do y'all feel about how we even? Because we understand what the church is as the body, but we still really teaching it in a way that's confusing people that's coming along. And it's like, this is where we at.
No, it is.
With why people are even being confused at all. We not being it, and we talking about it in a way that doesn't even add up to what we really feel until we see somebody do it wrong, and then we want to say, he said it wrong, and it's like, but why? Like when Ty said it, when Ty said what he said, it's like, now y'all want to.
Yeah, Ty Tribb's Breakfast Club interview was crazy.
It's like that woke everybody up to really understand, like, well, how is y'all really, what y'all doing? Are y'all being it, or did y'all making it a thing? Has it become a thing?
Honestly, there's so many people that felt like what Ty felt like and just didn't say it for years, because really, a lot of these music, like we had Davion Bots on the other day, right? In the community of musicians, a lot of people feel this way, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of people feel this way. Yeah. It's just the fear of saying it.
Yeah.
You were one of the first trailblazers that was like, y'all not doing it right. It's wrong. You ain't gonna put me in hell with your Bible, and I'm gonna do this thing with the God that I know that who talks to me, right? Yeah. So talk to me. I'm gonna Tramell to go first about where he hit his wall, and then I want you to get into yours.
And before y'all go left and go into that, how can you make a narrative, right? And then come around a corner with something different? My thing is, how can you talk about it and not put action so it doesn't happen? That's the thing, bro. If I change it, then I'm able to say something about it. But if I don't change it, I shouldn't say nothing about it, because I'm only stirring up something. And sometimes that's what they call that clout chasing. Like, because my thing is
clout chasing,
man, and that's not even being a preacher, being a human being. Because my thing is, bro, if you can go on a platform and you already have a platform and you already rocking with these people, right? And then you go on this platform that don't rock with these people and you say something like that, but you haven't changed anything. Like now that. It's like, now these people looking at you like, but shit, you still conduct the same thing.
Because he said what he said on Wednesday or whatever day it was, but he was preaching in his pulpit on Sunday collecting that check.
But look though, not even to defend, but just a part, like, to give different concepts to it. He is doing something in a different way. I do pay attention to what he's doing, whether he's doing outside at the crib, in the backyard, at a park somewhere. He is doing a different type of walk with his people in a different way, which probably gives him a reason why he's able to feel like
comfortable and free enough that he can say it
this way, because he's speaking to the whole. And even, you know what I'm saying? Like,
even his people,
regardless of what he is doing, it's still like he's still doing so much he can do in the system that he's in. When you meet a person that said they're Christian, it's already a certain thing that you can and cannot say, right? And so it's like, it's that. It has become that, and it's like, that ain't God.
No, not at all.
That's religion. That's not God at all.
No, that's religion.
That's literally, you know what I'm saying, what's being said, but...
Yeah, so first what you said as far as like with the church and what it's becoming, I think it's like what we was talking about with the music. Like, I think it's more so like a transformed into a business. So people are doing what they think is selling. You know what I mean? Then for me with my wall, it was a few things, but like one of the main things was like the suffering part. You know what I mean? It's like, I can't like continue to come and believe that I gotta like die to, you know, live better. You know what I mean? Like, it was real like confusing, like you said, with the message that they teaching, and you teaching this, and then like, again, with what you said as far as like, then the fear factor comes in, because like, you're not supposed to question it. You know what I mean? So then that's even more confusing. And now, you know, you sitting there and they start to say you get church hurt because now you angry because like, you know, things aren't going, you know, how they should be getting taught. You know what I mean? So that's where my like some of the gripes that I have with church and how it's being conducted and stuff like that. You know?
Hey, y'all, who caught the most backlash? What preachers caught the most backlash? Creflo Dollar?
Oh, yeah.
Come on, man. Think
Yeah,
about
yeah,
this.
the money.
Joyce Myers.
Yeah.
The ones that had money and was talking prosperity, they caught them. Know why? Because the ones that was talking about what you just said, they like, no, they can't be teaching that. They messing up what we got going on.
But I think
like,
in that case, though, a lot of
that's
times...
crazy, because if we all living in prosperity, like how can we beg and how can we won't have to?
Right, but
so
with
these
that,
people narratives are already set, and they got to preach to these people and brainwash these people that they are talking to. They got to stop the ones that's talking the truth, because prosperity is the truth. Like, I think that's what the Bible was really saying. Like when it say what it say, bro. Like for the ones that read the Bible, I think the Bible is prosperity, and living the life is prosperity. Like,
right. I think also like what he said with like studying the word and everything, right? I think the simple like form of it is helping one another. Like I think that's just in general like what life is about. You know what I mean? Like that's why people have the struggles that they have or have the issues that they have, because they don't have like the help, right? You know, like you mentioned, you know, Creflo Dollar and Joyce Myers. Those prosperity preachers, man, a lot of them were the only ones prospering. You know what I mean?
Oh, they were.
Like they got thousands of like, you know, people that come and sit in front of them, but like they the only ones, you know, riding a private jet. And I'm not counting the pockets.
but
or
that
nothing,
was
but I'm
all
saying,
that's the narrative that the person that was showing them was shooting out. Like we didn't really, a lot of people really didn't do the homework on what these people was doing, how many houses they had and how many people was
we
living
talking about
in
the 80s too, for sure.
Yeah,
This
bro,
was-
and
this
we,
before social media
dog,
stuff.
like, and these people was really housing people. These people was really feeding people. The thing is, what God didn't do stuff to be on record.
They just
God
chose
did
who?
stuff to do things for the people, and that's them the people I respect. If I got $1 million, bro, I don't gotta tell you that I went and spent $200,000 on some people that ain't got it. Why the fuck I gotta tell you that?
So a nigga like me who follows different people, right, watching different things. So a nigga like Larry Reed, right? Larry Reed is a very prosperous person. Now, he is not in pastoring anymore, but he was a pastor for a long time, right? Bunch of videos out here and stuff, whatever, everything content, you know, about how when he was a pastor, he would help people and get them houses or whatever, right? No matter if there was personal things behind that. I believe a little bit of what you're saying is true. Yes, they were housing, they were helping, but they were real specific and real like on who they chose. Because if you was a big giver, I've seen churches, we'll help you with your funeral.
Yeah, I'm giving you your taxes back.
If you're not a big giver though,
If you're not a big giver, bro, guess what? We have the things in place for you to go to.
and look, I
done seen that.
Yeah, and I hate to put it this way, like what I don't know the way to put it. Like a lot of the concepts I think with the church too is real childish. You know what I'm saying? Like it started from when we was kids. Like, oh, you're gonna go to hell, or you know what I mean? That kind of
consequences.
thing.
It's
So
all
then-
consequences.
Right. So then now that grow until you become an adult, and it's like, oh, something gonna happen if you don't give this 10%.
But bro, that
right?
started with the slavery vibe. That's what I just said
I
over
was
here
about to
earlier.
cut there. I was
It
like,
started
I'm
with the
gonna finish
slavery
that.
vibe because it's like I said, we talked about this the other day. Was it us three or us two? Who was it? I think it was someone. We was talking about how the preacher was put there on the plantation
Literally.
to say this is all right. Make sure you preach this and tell them they must obey and serve their master on Sunday, right? He worked right along with these
He's the house nigga.
but not always. He was but not the, because he wasn't the nigga that was there to go to gun line, boss. But he definitely was working in cahoots. If he wasn't executive director, the nigga was on the board of directors for
That
sure
nigga was
of
assistant.
slavery. He was the
That nigga like, let me just get in there and get them scraps.
Well, I mean, and then they still got treated like a slave.
Yeah, they all got.
That's the crazy part.
But shit, you got to think about it. The motherfuckers, the house nigga got treated like a slave. If you really think about it,
Yeah,
shit.
but like I was saying, as far as, you know, the 10% and how people are afraid, you know, like especially like the elders, it's like it's funny that they had the same energy behind their lottery, because you don't get their lottery and, you know, they feel like they're gonna pass out. But it's the same. No, like I'm talking about some of the elders in the church. But when it comes to that like 10%, it's like again, like I think like the childish concept. You really think you get this and it's going up? You know what I mean? Like, come on, like, but that's how they have trained us over the years, because you grow up with that belief. You know what I mean? Like like you said, like he said about, you know, the free thinkers and stuff like that, going off and finally finding something that you chose on your own, it's like a completely different walk and a completely different lifestyle than what you've like been taught. I feel like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what you was about to go into as far as
wall.
the slavery, you know, part and the wall and everything you hit.
Man, I mean, it's just two different things because my wall still, it wasn't even a mad thing. It was more so of ability to understand, like, okay. Because what happened was, man, and it's a touchy one because, you know, we was praying for Von for a long time.
Yeah, we were.
And I watched, it was...
the world prayed for Von, bro.
World, right? So we got to be honest about something, man, when we do stuff like this because it's like we teaching something whether we say it or not. So either God don't answer prayers or what?
Yeah.
And how old were you when this?
That's crazy, bro.
I'm 27.
Bro,
I'm 22.
you not capping, bro.
Yeah,
You're not capping because the world wanted that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
The world wanted that.
The world. And so my thing is this, and it's real simple because God, I believe in it. Somebody put the sun there. Somebody put the moon there. Something like it happened. So like I do believe in that. I think that we have become so ignorant in what we do with our time, with our words. Like me feeling that my words can impact yours, your life, like as if I really put you here or I got something to do with your existence is kind of silly. Now, I can agree. I do believe in the power of agreement. But me just coming out and just really feeling like, oh, so I can control the person who put the sun there, I got him on
speed dial by myself.
So like when I want him to do something, it's gonna happen. I think that's just really silly, understanding how powerful the being is that we even talking about.
And so with that, I feel like, and a lot of people disagree with me too. So along with hitting the wall, what I came to understand, I feel like you are God, right? Like he's in all of us, right? Like you said about like the prayer. Man, I still can't explain it to this day, but when I was a kid, I was on track team and a couple of my teammates was wrestling. One of them, you know, went down after he slammed like the other teammate and his bone like came up in his shoulder, right? The track meet was in New Orleans. We went down to the lobby of the hotel and it was like a church convention going on, like buses, you know, the older women coming in, the big hats, those like, you know, big flower dresses. Man, my teammate is like on the couch, you know, rolling around, yelling, screaming. It's like a big scene because like, you know, he just like messed his shoulder up. Man, this old lady come over and she put her hand on his like shoulder so gently and started praying. Man, he stopped moving and when she moved her hand, I couldn't believe it, but the bone was down. I was a kid when this happened. I'm like 11. So it's funny because like now fast forward, you know, I'm adult. And it wasn't the world, but it was like, you know, a church of people praying for my mom. And like, you know what I mean? Like you said, I told the nurse came to me, you know, like explaining to me just medically what was going on. I'm like, you know, we a praying family and, you know, God get the last word. And I mean, the way he looked at me, I didn't understand, but I'm like, dang, you know, I'm looking silly, like, cause I'm, you know, believing this and like, you know what I mean? But
it's a deep thing, man.
It is.
That's
it
a deep
is.
No,
thing.
that's crazy.
But it's not
give us
deep.
wisdom.
Amen.
And we gotta really understand how heavy wisdom weigh in like life.
I believe in energy, right? And God made energy. We are beings of energy. So I believe what is to come, right? Like, so if it's already ordained, it's gonna happen no matter how much you pray about it. But the thing about praying about something, it's called faith, right? So you praying with faith, all right? If you don't got faith, then prayer don't really work. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you activate this thing, right, called faith in this prayer, then things do happen. Why? It's because it's a transfer of energy, bro. Like, and you saying like the pastors that saying sow into this and it's going to God. No, that's not what it was saying. What I grew up and what I took from that is you sow into good ground. Like if you feel like this guy got a connection with God, then you sow into this house. Then you make sure this house is good because we know that we need him to be covered because he got a connection with God. I think that's what sowing really is, and you get a 10% 100% so that house can stay open.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I think, like, watching my grandfather pass away, right? Bishop Nero, watching my granddad, right? He had a whole church, like you said, sorry, was praying for him. And we all like, what you mean he about to pass away? Like, this is, I mean, next to God is Bishop Nero in my brain, right? Like, he don't got a phone. Like, God, right, low key here. He ain't even got a call. You know what I'm saying? Like
he got to write him a real letter,
right? Like they right here. Like, what you doing? What you doing? The third inning? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, what do you mean he's about to pass away? So when he really died, you know, for me, I got 2 or 3 that marks. That's one. The other one was when I was going through my divorce, and I was, it's gotta. God works. God is gonna, and it just left me hanging. It was just like, okay, you know what I mean, and it kind of goes to
teach on those moments, bro.
To the rationalization of what he said.
The wisdom.
That's when
when he said,
like
the rationalization of kind of what he said about how, you know, you pray and you say, I'm putting this in, I'm putting these prayers in, so that way when I need them. But that's really not. It's not a, like you said earlier. It's not a lottery.
What is faith? And how do you move faith? Activation, right? So my mom was on life support, right? And I got fucking 9 siblings. With me is 10 of us. And they was enraged, bro. They like, no, we ain't pulling the thing. But the doctor like, hey, the trait don't supposed to be in that long. You're supposed to take it out just in case if they do survive, we won't tear anything up, right? So, you know, like I just kind of just did my thing and prayed, and I just thought about what my mama used to say. She used to be like, how can you pray if you ain't got no faith? And my thing, I went back to my siblings. I was like, bro, if we don't pull it out, we'll never know if God work or not. Fuck them up.
Real test.
Listen, my auntie was like, oh, and then she thought about it like, whoa. And guess what, bro? Afterwards, I ain't even remember saying that. I heard my siblings told me I said that. You feel me? So therefore, that was God telling them, like, damn, like, what are y'all doing? Like, we can always see things for what we want it to be, but things gotta happen the way they're supposed to be, bro. And I try to tell everybody around me, like, let's let shit be what it is.
My
like,
thing is pray. I pray when I, and so in out of that, what I learned was I pray to understand the will of Yahweh. Somebody else is writing it. I just want to understand it and to give me peace with what is, because what is. I just want to have peace with it.
that's right.
We watch people just struggle with having peace with what is.
Just peace in general.
Peace with what
Just peace.
is. It's like, yo, that's that, and that's gonna be that, and people struggle with it.
Bro, that was a statement me and him made to each other the other day when I was like, nigga, everything I have is what I need. Everything I need I already have. And you know how hard that is for a person with 4 kids.
You go get.
You don't need, but everything you don't need, I mean, everything you don't have, you probably don't need, right?
That's who.
So it's like a person with 4 kids, right, always struggle with the provision aspect or over provision, because that can happen too, right? Where you spoil your kids and do all of that. So it's always like, and to the point where I just come to my mind and say, these niggas got every pair of Jordans they gonna have. They done got every computer they done get. Like, you have to make up in your mind, like, peace with what is.
Man.
In that moment, whether it's life, you know what I mean?
We always live in a state of wanting. And I know it's it's different ways to live, and people choose to live in a state of want.
Yeah. How did you get to the point where you made peace with the things that you couldn't change in your journey? You know, we had some private conversations about some things, you know, just because we homeboys. How were you able to make peace in life, bro, with the things that are what they are?
And so, to be honest, granted, these things happened first. Rick passing first was the first traumatic. Or no, my grandma passed, and I'm 14. But I'm young though. I'm not. I understand grandma not gonna be here no more, but like, I only had her for 14 years, so that's a different thing. At growing up with a person and then them leaving at 27 is a whole different thing, and you don't feel like they're supposed to be here. Like, you know, I don't think none of y'all supposed to leave. So if anybody here leaves, like, he him.
That's how it was with Volley.
Just, you know what I mean? So it's like that right there. You know, was prepared me for so many things that I had to accept that I didn't choose. So then I had to understand, like, bet I was really, because I'm already spiritual at this point. It's not like I'm a youth pastor. I'm a youth leader, you know. And this time I'm super Christian. I'm professing Christianity as to be, you know what I'm saying. I don't know nothing else at this point.
Right. Pastor's kid at that point.
Pastor kids at this point. You know what I'm saying. So I'm fully there, and I had to really understand life. So. To at that point, and then to like, man, the parents go through divorce, you know, then other bro pass, all in the same 2 years, and then understanding that like I'm Moses, you know, in my family, the literal how he really come through, where you like you raised in this family, then you realize that through so many voices though, not even like a real, you find out, it's just like you're aware that the family that I'm in, this is not my family.
You just feel it. You just feel it.
Because you've been doing a spiritual practice your whole life, so you are listening. You hear, you know.
You tuned into something.
You know, you have the Holy Spirit. So you're able to see so much, and so much is revealed to me. And so I was able to understand that it wasn't my biological, you know what I mean? So it's like understanding that, like, man, something else is happening. I don't run this life. I was just able to really come to grips, like, I'm thankful for breath. I'm thankful to all the ability and the talent and my ability to learn. You know, I just became thankful into just who I was and who he created me to be. And I just had peace. And that's how that's the peace that passes all understanding. It's like knowledge of self, thankful for all of my abilities, and knowing that, all right, anything that happens, he gonna be here with me and guide me through it. I'm gonna go through it. Whatever's happened, I'm gonna go through it. So I'm not really tripping about anything. You know what I mean? Because he with me, he guiding my steps, and it's not because of me. You know what I'm saying? Like I would choose for all my brothers to be here, but they not. So.
And the crazy thing
I don't take
is,
no responsibility. You know what I mean?
To cut you off real quick. So like Caesar had said something about, you know, faith and, you know, what it is, and it's believing something that's not there, you know, whatever. So with that, right, I think, and I wanted to just see what y'all thought about it. I feel like in a lot of ways, church like can delay your life. You know what I'm saying? Because
no, that's good.
And
That was
it's
real
crazy,
good.
but it's sad.
Yeah,
though.
it's crazy.
That's a true statement.
Yeah, because the
But
delay.
that's not to say that a lot of different things though.
Yeah, it
That's because,
can,
you know,
but
streets,
right. But so the church
real
has
talk.
a delay,
school.
right? But this is the delay that the
No
church
cap.
can cause, right? I see people on social media all the time proclaiming, you know, they waiting on God, right? That's why I mentioned earlier, as far as like God being in us, like
Got you.
you have what you already need. You know, He's giving you to do whatever it is you waiting on. And people wait years, and they'll pray and they pray and they believe in something that they haven't seen because they
That's
got
called being
faith.
stuck. No, that's called
That's
being.
how they
But
taught,
faith
though.
without a mustard seed, bro. Listen. All right,
without
when you
work.
plant,
Faith without works is dead,
when you
man.
plant a flower, when you plant a tree, when you plant anything, if you just plant it and wait for the rain to do what it's gonna do, you're gonna wait fucking forever. But if you take the time and you go out there and nurture it, you water it,
That's the work.
you put the work in. Guess what it's gonna do? It's gonna sprout for you. I spit on him. I watered it, so he might get an extra
diddy.
eye.
No didster.
Pause. Yeah, no diddy for sure.
No didster.
But no, the more you nurture it, the more it grow, bro. So like you saying like how these people are stuck, they stuck because they stuck.
And that's what I'm saying. We teaching wrong.
Yeah,
the way
real
we
shit.
Teaching
That's what I'm.
the whole
that's what
way
I'm getting
we're
at. Yeah.
teaching of faith is wrong.
It is. Yeah.
The whole style of it, it's become a whole different thing. That's what Ty was saying. It's like if you go to this, you're not gonna get the tools you need to know
Life.
who God is and for life.
Life
Yeah.
You're
application.
gonna learn how to operate
Bro,
in the whole system.
I always
Yeah.
say church.
Yeah.
So look, bro, it's the vibe for this. It's the vibe, dog. So yesterday we went somewhere, right? People paid to get in there because they wanted to be entertained. People go to church because they want to be entertained.
Literally, bro.
They want the music.
And sometimes people want, because like you would catch some people who had it with life, and they are looking for
Yeah.
No,
The
yeah.
word.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Listen,
But then the problem is,
What God got for me?
when that happens, they get
Yeah.
into that Ty Tribbett state of mind because then you go looking for something and you realize that this whole time it's never been there.
And they be the ones that be honest, like
It's never been there. It's never been there. But it takes something to wake them up, whether it's a Moses experience, whatever that experience is, it takes it to wake them up to where they like, dog, I've been coming to this church 20 years and this nigga can't preach. I just figured it out after I really thought about getting saved for it. Right. You know what I mean? Like once I stopped bull crap. Right.
I ain't coming here high. I wasn't. I ain't coming here high.
I wasn't looking for the hoes at church.
I ain't care about.
Sorry, in Jesus' name.
I was like really like, all right, let me see what God got for me.
Yeah, real talk.
It was like,
for sure.
damn, dog, you ain't even saying nothing.
Yeah. So
And actually,
I
they
know-
know it, and it's some manipulation actually
Yeah,
happening. Like,
yeah.
it's a thing happening here where like you like what's going on. You just come in here to get your fix every week.
Entertained.
If a person that attends church can talk to themselves, right? Like either whether once they hit the wall or just like in a scenario, because like you just said, as far as the manipulation, it's especially unfortunately as women. When you
That's
talk
where
to
it's
them,
at.
when you talk to them about church, man, it's almost like a trance that they go into and they start glorifying this pastor, you know what I mean? And it's like, you don't understand the detriment that you're doing to yourself, you know what I mean? Because once that man does something that you don't deem like holy or within that book, now you feel like everything is, but you put the trust in the wrong thing in the first place.
I wouldn't do that. I would a pastor, you know. Dog did something. I was just like, oh no, I ain't never rock. Because you know what I'm saying. Like once you show, I'm the type of person, bro. Like we cool until you show me that one time.
What'd he do to you, bro?
You got a one time. I'm a one time type nigga. Like bro, you can fake for 20 years with me, but that one time. You show me how you really, really feel about me, you never have to worry about hearing from me again.
What'd he do, bro?
I'm talking about never have to worry about hearing from me again. Shut up.
I'm saying, what he do, bro?
I know he on it. I ain't get.
What?
I'm trying to use because we got a little time left. I'm trying to parallel something with my great educated brother. Damn it. Anyway, he fucked my ex bitch. Anyway, so look. so look.
Now pause. We still on the same topic, and it's still going to.
Go ahead.
The whole part is, my whole, because when I'm waiting to see, I'm gonna say what I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see it really turn into a brotherhood, to where iron really sharpen iron, and it's really we just hold each other accountable. Because when you with your homies, you don't do none of that whole shit. It's like, nigga, you ain't took care of your kids.
Oh, right.
It's like you really,
hold each other
you know what I'm
accountable,
saying?
you
So
love
then
each
it's
other.
like, instead of we allowing somebody to be the person who can stand up and take these hits and be like, nah, I'm perfect, knowing we sleeping with each other, man. I'm sleeping with this one, I'm sleeping with that one, and we know it, and we still just gonna come over there and preach over there and raise money and have a whole thing.
That's weird.
It's like, why not it really be a brotherhood where it's like, yo, dog, how you treat your wife?
So-
Like, how the family? How y'all really
You
how's
already
your household?
into. You already into where I was going.
That's how they
because
used to choose a president.
I was gonna say, bro,
You know what I mean?
being that
you have to really be valid.
Yes,
your
real
house,
shit.
your
You
house
gotta
gotta
walk
be
the walk.
valid in order
bro.
to be a leader
Yes,
amongst
sir.
men.
Yeah.
To
Like
lead.
now, niggas is like hiding. And
Yeah.
yeah. Like we don't even
Yep.
know what your crib like.
Yep.
Nobody respect you at the
MTV
crib.
And see, that's where I was going. Look, bro, being that you felt like the Moses, right, and you watched your parents that wasn't really biological father anyway, right, go through that divorce, him being a pastor, him being all of that. How do you think that played a part into you? I'm not gonna say hitting your wall, but into your growth, into where you are
The
spiritually.
beautiful thing is like God did it, man. God did. I hit my wall before I had understanding of that. That's what I'm saying. It's like
That's crazy work.
I was able to go through these things and learn who God was while watching 100 people pray for people, 1,000 people pray, and then having to learn like the truth about prayer. It's deeper than once you learn about the real what prayer is.
Not the begging aspect.
Not the big ass, but what actually prayer is and how to pray, what to pray for, and then your space in that, and where to wait and how to wait, right? So then it's like all this other stuff that was coming was so light, and it allowed me to be the man of God that needed to be seen in the midst of the absence of a man, in front of men. But a lot of men grow up and just be boys due to pain. I was able to be healed. It's like Man, church allow you to hide, bro.
It does.
And
All you gotta do is put it on suits, cologne.
Yeah, bro. The right suit.
Listen, bro.
And know how to do the. If I could play,
The shenanigans.
if I could sing, if I could do whatever.
Don't have three phrases out the Bible that you remember.
And don't know the word.
Oh,
and
my
know how
God.
to hoop good or something. It's like, bro, it's
You
a
getting
style
ties
that
forever.
you can hide in and then be broken.
Yeah,
so
you
these
can.
men be broken.
A lot of these preachers are,
You know what I mean?
bro. I have had to have these conversations with my father. These tough conversations because once I started going through my growth period and going through therapy and doing all these things, I'm like, hold on, bro. You preaching from a broken place, not preaching to the people, but you preaching to me from a broken place.
Yeah.
Because the parenting that you doing,
Yeah.
the style of parenting that you're doing, is because of your broken. So what I did was challenge my parent, my dad, to have these meetings and sit downs with his dad.
That's right.
I'm like, listen. You're not gonna keep treating me like shit because you don't know how to father me. You gonna learn how to father me,
That's
and I'm
real.
gonna force you to learn, not
be
through
accountable,
hostile and not through like
That's
making
love.
you feel
That's
bad.
love.
But I'm going to educate you on how I need you to treat me as your son.
Accountability.
I'm going to say, okay, so, and the first thing is you need to talk to your daddy. Because until that get fixed, you ain't gonna never treat me right.
Right.
How can I expect you to treat me right?
Right.
You have to do that work. And if you notice, bro, the past like 6 months to I would say year and a half.
It's been lit.
It's been like
No, I see.
I'm building that. I'm
On the
building
outside,
it. I'm
yeah,
forcefully
that's dope.
building
Yeah.
it. Because all right, your generation don't accept therapy. Your generation believe God can do it. I believe all that. Okay, so cool. We gonna do this together then. I'm gonna go to therapy and get the education. I'm bringing it back and tell
Let's
you
combine
what.
it.
I'm gonna tell
Real
you what to
talk.
say to him.
And, and you know what? We can't. It's just talk about church, and I can't not speak on my granddad. Right? He was one of the most incredible and like unbelievable pastors, man, that ever walked the earth. You know what I mean? Because he truly like practiced like what was in the book, like literally almost like word
Practice
for
what he
word.
preached.
Totally,
For
right?
real, for real.
And helped so many people, right? Like you said, we were somewhere last night. Like I'm gonna speak it into existence, man. Like once as we grow on this platform, a movie, to do on him because like it's no movie that has been done on church like that reflects like his lifestyle and how church was really done. It's like almost like what you're saying as far as the right teaching. He was teaching, you know what I mean,
And
the right
living
way.
it.
And it's been a couple of teachers that
living
come. That's the sad part about it. It's like the perfect place to hide because there's some great teachers there. It is where the good is at.
Yeah.
And so you can just slide in and just put a okie doke on people because they so thirsty. They're so in need of something. So
That's
anybody who really has
deep.
figured that out and could just jump above and be like, hey, I got it. I could. You know what I mean?
Do you think
So
going
real
through that?
quick, like
Go
I
ahead.
think like somewhat of a great defining way of a pastor, I think, is when you can see somebody come in, right? Specifically, we seen like drug addicts, you know what I mean? And within months, like they're clean, you know what I mean?
On some Malcolm type shit.
Yeah. And
Because
it
that was structure and teaching, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Teaching. And a lot of these preachers, like I said, they wanna it's the look. It's the title. These niggas was nobody in high school. Some of them was, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of them, and this they found to be they shtick. They didn't go to school, so they're not a lawyer. They're not a doctor. They're not all this. But what I've been trying to get to was, do you think that going through what you went through kind of, I guess, molded your perspective when it comes to relationships? Because you are a person who believe in what you believe, and I'll let you explain what you believe.
So, man, I really just believe in love without any just define titles. I don't believe in no titles. So we got so many titles. So we it's just because we have titles, we just forced to talk about whether it's monogamy or poly. Even read in the Bible, that's poly.
It is. And then they try to hit you with the Bible that is poly. But go ahead, brother. Keep preaching.
So because of that, more so seeing everybody struggle with lying to their wives.
Man,
it's like
take the button. Just take the button.
I'm like, bro. I don't
And
know what I'm
lying to their husband.
And wives, take the button. Move the button. Right, get the button.
And and all of this is like going on within the church, right?
In church.
Yeah.
Hey, in church. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I'm about to walk off.
People are struggling with being honest about their sexuality. Well, now I'm talking
I'm definitely
That
out.
nigga went all
You
the way
not
out.
capping, bro.
It's not say, but it's sexuality though. How they deal with sexuality, people do not know how to be honest about this.
No, they don't.
Rather is I like men and I'm a guy,
Bruh.
or I'm a guy, or
Where's the
whatever.
button?
I
Where
want
the
2
button?
women. I want whatever it is. We not being able to be honest about it. So I just took the approach like I'm just gonna be honest. All it is I love a girl and more
than one girl.
All
it's
it
hard-
is I love her and I love her. That's all.
It's truly honesty.
It's not deep.
No.
Now, if I lie
Right.
about it, it's gonna be deep.
So
but
do you think though
And it
what
get
you
deeper
went
'cause
through?
You gotta keep lying.
Exactly.
Yeah, do you think what you went through with the divorce side of what you went through?
No, that's why. That's why. I
It
watched
played
the
a part
man,
in you?
The flat out, bro. I watched a man lie to my mom, and I'm like,
So it
dog,
made you
I
not,
ain't never
right?
gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's why. This is why
Same
my
vibe.
mother is
I got
mad
you,
because
though.
the nigga is lying. That's it.
Yeah.
All I gotta do is be honest. That's it.
That's it.
And it's okay if it's true. See, I deal with love. I ain't moving like as a boy. I was moving. We all move off lust. Yeah. But when you grow, it's real love. So it's like I'm not allowing nothing to develop that's not in real alignment with me as a man. So it's like, yo, I love her for real in so many different ways, and I'm gonna explain it to the other person I love because I love her.
Yeah.
Why do I not want them to know that I love them? So
Right,
And plus,
right,
it's
right,
easy
right.
for musicians to kind of compartmentalize, bro. Poly is compartmentalizing, bro. And as the old folk, you say you don't let your left hand know what your right hand doing, right? Which is a lie to me. Because this dude,
I hear what you
when you
saying.
play all these different instruments, right?
I hear what you
You
saying.
sit here, left hand doing one thing, right hand doing the other one. When you play a keyboard, left hand doing. So you've learned how to compartmentalize these things anyway. So it's not hard to be true. What I learned. And I learned it the hard way, which Season know already. I went through my own cuz know too. You know, the reason why I am the way I am is because I would rather just be open about everything. Even if it hurts me, I'd rather know the truth, so I'd rather just tell you the truth. I'm going to hit you and your friend if you bring her to the crib.
nah.
I'm going to do that. And I love you still. We're going to go out to eat afterwards and all that, but I'm telling you, I'm going to.
I
And
want to know if you
can
like
set it
her
up
first.
if you want to.
If you like her, then we're gonna smash her. But if you don't like her, I'm not even gonna do anything.
That's the most peaceful way to go about it.
And you mentioned something on, sexuality, man, and I always have like a lot of controversial stuff to say as far as that, because again, church, the pressure and the unnecessary like stigma that it puts on like homosexuality within the church is like, it's unfortunate because again, not only with the delay that it can have on people's life, man, people could take their life, you know what I mean?
Man.
Because it's situations where they feel that they're not worthy or they're not,
Man. And I was so ignorant to that, not to cut you off,
No,
bro.
go ahead,
but
go
like
ahead.
I grew up beyond homophobic. Like
Right.
as ignorant as you can be about that whole shit, right? Then when I learned what the word homophobic is, and I'm like, well, I'm not scared.
Yeah.
Right.
I just,
I just don't like niggas that act like women. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nothing
Yeah.
scared. So then in spirit and faith, I was able to. I had a moment like this, is seeing everything. God smacked me one day because I was like really watching these people. They're saying that they're converting. They don't want to be gay, right? And so I'm like, I'm people was treating me. It's like I had a crazy conversation with a gay person that ended up going the wrong way, and it's like they were like, I'm judging them, but how am I judging them? And I'm supposed to be Christian, and I'm like, man, it smacked me because I'm like, I'm smacking everybody. I'm like, I was a whore at this young age, right? Just as y'all young niggas, just
for
a
sure.
hoe. So it's like,
Especially a
I
musician.
can't judge. Like what I struggle with, I'm not about to
No cap.
treat you wrong because your struggle is way different than mine.
Bro, that's it. That's
And once I came there, I seen everybody the same. Like, oh man, I've been fucking. I was
Bro,
a kid. Like
that
that was
was-
a child. But like that's kid mind. But as a man, it's like, nah, we all the same, and your struggles is different than mine, bro.
That was mine, nigga. When I got over the whole homo, whatever that part, because he always be making all these weird letters, and he just added a new one. So he went from TBQ plus, now it's TBQ plus X.
Yeah,
like it's
plus
like
X.
it's the X. Dog, he gonna get us banned. But anyway, what happened for me was, right, I just started saying, it don't got nothing to do with me. What happened in my, right, he was with me. He was with me this night. The night I had my conversion, right? It was me and a couple girls together. He was there too. We were at this event, and you probably know the girl. And the whole time the DJ in the background, you bricker one night, whatever the fuck they be saying. Yeah. Shout out to our LGBTQ in the back. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? But my girls were sitting there kissing each other and rubbing on each other. I'm like, oh, he identified us as the gay people. Mm-hmm. So at that moment,
the girls, bro. The girls.
Us, because I was in the all up in the middle of that.
We'd just had to be the you did.
So
the
look,
us.
so once that hit me right, and they was like, shout out to our crew in the back, and I was like, what they talking about, y'all? They talking about, and then I was like, oh, from that point on, I saw how quick and how easy people could be mislabeled. Mm-hmm. And misidentified as whatever, right?
Man, I had to defend myself, bro, because I rock with the rainbow on some God created it.
Yeah, it is, but he did.
And I put
Leprechaun, my nigga.
Genesis.
And I stand on it because I feel confident about standing on anything weird being just from the east side, right?
Yeah.
Right. I don't care. Mm-hmm. But it's like, niggas really over just the rainbow. It's like, nah, that's God, bro.
What happened to the jersey? What was the team the Nuggets?
Right. Yeah.
The Nuggets had the fucking rainbow, bro.
Right. Just the rainbow.
Right.
They had the rainbow. Like, so, and Lucky Charms, bro.
Yeah.
Nigga, I like with some sugar on them, bro.
They always been lucky.
Nigga, hey, but what's the little monster name? The Lucky Charm nigga, what's his name?
I don't know his
the
name,
movie.
though.
Remember they had the movie Leprechaun.
Leprechaun.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Are we looking for gold?
But you know what? Like you said earlier about, adulthood and everything, you start to learn, man, money is power. You know what I mean? And they have a lot of money and a lot of things, so it's
system.
Yeah. So it's affording them a lot of power. You know what I mean? To do a lot of different stuff.
Exactly.
You know?
It is. Exactly. It's been a great episode, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. I know y'all wondering, wait a minute, they went longer today. Yes, I cut the clock off. Y'all saw me reach over there, okay? This episode was worth the clock getting cut off.
I swear, because niggas running for those dollars that's worth like paper that can be split up, burned, and all of that. We running for something that can be eliminated.
No, that's crazy word.
Listen, what we need to start doing,
so deep on it,
we need to start
running.
running for life. Run for life. Live. Run for life. Like, the paper, that shit is irrelevant in real life, because if shit switch tomorrow, all the paper that you got won't be worth anything.
So if you don't have that happiness that he was talking about, or that inside you thing, it's an L. Stop. Like, subscribe, share, okay? Like, subscribe, share. We have a great guest. This content is amazing today. I'm going to let Von tell y'all where to find him at. Let him tell you his new handles on social media, because we about world peace. You feel me? Go ahead, Von. Let them know where to find you at, what you got coming out, and all the good stuff.
Yo, I'm on Instagram, VA8885, Facebook, St. Von World Peace. And, man, I got a lot of music. We doing a lot. I'm about to get into that. You will see it when you see it. Just Instagram, VA8885. Yeah, peace. Shout out to y'all, man.
The music fire.
The show, man.
The music fire.
You,
we was listening to the music earlier, bro. I'm like, wait a minute. Outside of like the philosopher and all that, this nigga music fire, ghetto wise.
And shout out to the brand he got on, cuz I thought that shit means 60 crip. No, I'm like, cuz rolling. I ain't even know.
Chris Smoke. Shout out to Omar too, for sure. Shout out, I always see him with it, for sure. Shout out to O. So we thank y'all for tuning into this wonderful episode of the Cobain Report. Tramell, give me a wrap up.
Appreciate the guests for stopping by, man, kicking it with us. It was a dope conversation.
Appreciate you, bro.
Check us out on YouTube. Like Cobain said, like, comment, subscribe. Follow the brand, blessed_Detroiter. Shop with us. Continue to help us bless the city. Go with God. You be blessed.
That's right. Caesar, go ahead.
Hey, man, keep doing what you're doing, because if you know, you know. I am on tour, so if you know, catch me, get your own ticket, and I can get you in the bed.
So y'all know that means he ain't gonna be here for a while. So all his fans that always inbox
keep
me
watching.
He ain't gonna be here for a while, y'all.
Do you know what
watch.
they say at the church? If I ain't at the church, you still come to the church and give your 10%.
Somebody passed it for sure. So on that, we out. It's a wrap, bitch.
Hey, that's great.
No,
that's great.